Claude Code scored 3 niche candidates and told me which one had the strongest signal. Let me show you how. I scrapped Reddit for pain signals, YouTube comments for demand, and Perplexity for competitor gaps. Scored each niche out of 20 across 4 dimensions. The winning niche scored 18. Then it auto-generated my offer, anchored my price against real competitor data, and wrote 5 outreach messages I could send that day. 60 minutes, full business file. I'm Chris. If you're stuck choosing a niche, or you pick one and it is not working, this video is the system. One comment, one conversation with Claude Code, full business file out the other end. Let's go. Tell me if this sounds like you. You have been researching niches for 3 weeks. Maybe dental clinics. No, real estate agents. Actually, fitness studios. What about e-commerce? 3 weeks later, you know less about any single niche than you did on day one. Why? Because every switch resets the clock. Zero outreach, zero conversations, zero data from the market. The worst part is the feeling at 11 p.m. when you close your laptop. You spend 4 hours today. You read 6 articles, you watch 3 videos, and you feel further behind than this morning. Because every article gave you a new option, and every option made the decision harder. That gap between where you are and where you thought you'd be by now. I live in that gap for 6 months. There is a pattern I call the course collector. They buy every course. They finish none. They use learning as a substitute. The course collector has $10,000 in course purchases and 0 clients. I was that person for 3 months, collecting options instead of committing. Or here is the worst version. You did pick a niche, but it was a gut feeling. No data, no validation. You sent 100 cold emails and got 0 replies. Not because your outreach was bad, because the niche was wrong. The people you emailed do not have the problem you think they have. Every week you spend switching niches is a week your competitors is locking theirs. That is not money you are missing out on. That is money you are losing. Because the clients are there. Someone else is getting them while you are reading another article about top AI niches in 2026. We studied 200 solo founders, 74% success rates for founders who locked a niche and stuck with it, 12% for founders who kept switching. But here's the thing nobody tells you about that stat. Most of the 74% did not pick their niche from a gut feeling. They picked it from data. They talked to people first. They looked at what was already selling. They found the gap. The system I built does that for you. Claude Code interviews you, scraps Reddit and YouTube and competitors, and tells you which niche has the strongest signal. Feelings lie. Data does not. Let me show you the mission document. This is what you follow when you type /business. Find your winning niche with AI. And what a good niche actually means. The AI business that works is the one that makes money for someone who already makes money. You are selling AI as a lever, not a magic trick. 3 shapes of offer that works in 2026. Content that multiplies. The business already has 1 person talking to customer. You use AI to turn that voice into 20 pieces of marketing a week. And follow-up that never drops. The business always has a pipeline full of past customers and dormant leads. You use AI to stay in touch without hiring an SDR. Production that compounds. The business already makes the thing people buy. You use AI to publish and distribute it 10x faster. And the trap they call out right here, AI voice agents, AI chatbots, AI receptionists, were businesses that never asked for one. Those niches were crowded and full of dead leads by the end of 2025. Find a business where money is already flowing. Plug AI into one of those 3 shapes. And why one file runs everything? This is the key concept. Business.markdown file, one markdown file at the root of your project. This is my case, my business.markdown file. Everything contained here, agents, founders, the vision, one founder is enough. My mission, my beliefs, and my manifesto. Shipping over starting, revenue over followers. 10,000 followers and 0 clients is a hobby. 3 clients and 0 follower is a business. We build businesses. This one markdown file at the root of your project. Every skill reads from it. Your landing page pulls from it. Your cold emails are written from it. Your YouTube script references it. Your close deal skill pulls your price from it. Before this file, your strategy lived in 5 places. A Notion page with your vision, Google Doc with your offer, a spreadsheet with pricing, a landing page with copy. By week 4, they contradict each other. Change one line in business.markdown file and the entire business rewires. Bump your price from 1,000 and just type /business. That's the everything what you need command. And then scroll down the 3 locks. This is where /business spends most of its time. Lock number 1, niche. Who are you serving? Not small business owner, not entrepreneurs. Dental clinics doing $500,000 to $2 million per month. Should be specific, pick one. And offer. What do you deliver? I will help them with marketing. It's not on offer. 15 new 5-star Google reviews per month, live in 7 days. $750 a month. That is an offer. Specific, measurable, one number for the price, not a range. Lock number 3, price. One number, not a range. Not it depends. Price based on the value you deliver, not hours you spend. This comes last because it is a function of the other two. And good niches have 3 things: money, pain, and reachability. Dental clinics, money, obvious. Pain, reviews, scheduling, no-show. Reachable, everyone is on Google Maps. Small businesses, generally too broad. You cannot write one outreach message for a restaurant owner, a plumber, and an accountant. And 5-person test. Here is how you know your niche is real. Name 5 people right now who need what you are selling. Not 5 types, not dentists or real estate agents. 5 actual humans with names you could text right now. If yes, you have a niche. Move on. If no, you do not know this space well enough yet. The strongest niches come from your own experience, the problem you solved at your last job, the industry your family works in. Personal connection beats market size every time at this stage. Once you pick a niche, you do not switch for 7 days. This is the most important rule in Mission 2. We watched founders cycle for weeks. Maybe dental, no real estate, actually fitness. Wait, what about e-commerce? Each switch resets the clock. 0 outreach, 0 conversations, 0 data from the market. After 2 weeks for switching, they knew less about any single niche than they did on day 1. The 7-day lock forces you to do one thing that validates a niche. Talk to people, not research, not competitor analysis. Conversations with humans who have the problem. 7 days for conversations tells you more than 7 weeks of spreadsheets. If you're still deciding by day 5, pick the one that felt most alive when you talked about it. If nothing feels alive, pick the niche you thought of first. Every conversation about your business should start with 1 sentence, not a paragraph, not a pitch deck. 1 sentence. I help who get result in time without pain, and I guarantee risk reversal. And how /business finds your niche with real data. When you type /business, so they say that, let's begin. Phase 1, vision, mission, and who you are. What's the word you want to build, not your business goal, the word. If everything goes right and you look back in 10 years, what changed because of you? So Claude interviews you with Socratic questions about your background, who you have helped, what result you got. From your answers, it generates 2 to 3 candidates niches. Then it scraps 4 sources for each: Reddit, YouTube comments, YouTube suggestions, and Perplexity deep dive session. And each candidate gets scored out of 20 across 4 dimensions: demand, competition, willingness to pay, reachability. 17 to 20, lock in. Below 13, try a different direction. After the niche is locked, Claude auto recommends your offer and price from the competitor gaps it found. Nobody in your niche offers done for you at under $1,000. Here is what I recommend. You agree or adjust. Then it writes 5 personalized warm outreach messages for the 5 people from your niche test. 1 comment, full business.markdown file out the other end. So you're going to make this 10 section through this /business file. Do not skip any question. Do not rush. And Claude's pushback is feature. When you give a vague answer, Claude pushes back. That is not a bug. That is the skill doing its job. When the skill asks, what is your vision? Do not say, help people succeed with AI. We're going to test it. This, help people succeed with AI. That could be anyone's vision. Help people succeed with AI is what every AI educator, every YouTube channel, every course creator says. What's specific to you? What would make your mother say, that's exactly what Chris would build? And if Claude pushes back 3 times on the same question, the problem is not Claude. The problem is you have not actually decided yet. Sit with it. Take 10 minutes. Come back and answer honestly. In phase 5, business asks you to name your competitors. The skill used Perplexity to research each one. Real member count, real pricing, real offers, real platforms, not guesses. And here is a 60-second self-test. Before moving to mission 3, read your own business file out loud. You must be able to answer all 5 without reopening the file. What is your niche? What is your offer? Who is your enemy? What is your one-liner? Can you name 5 people who need what you are selling? If you answer all 5, mission 2 is done. If you cannot, rerun/business in update mode and rewrite the sections that are weak. When I started from zero, the first thing I did was type/business, 60 minutes, niche locked with data, offer recommended from competitor gaps, 5 messages sent that day, 11 clients in 14 days from the foundation. Maria ran this exact process, locked her niche, locked her price, built an authority pack in week 1, $4,500 client in 7 days. 1 week from I have no offer to someone just paid me, same person and different system. Ruhan spent 3 months building things nobody asked for, classic AI addict. I told him to run business first. Lock one niche, talk to 5 people, 3 conversations in his first week, 1 client on the spot, 3 months of stock, 60 minutes of business, 1 client, same person, and different system. That is mission 2. 1 comment, Claude Code interviews you, scraps Reddit and YouTube, validates with Perplexity, scores your niche out of 20, recommends your offer, writes your outreach message. 60 minutes, full business file. You now know the framework. The question is whether you spend 3 months figuring out each step alone, or 3 weeks with templates and community that have already been tested by dozens of founders. Agent founders is where course collectors become builders. I built this for the person I used to be. The next video, I show you how to get your first 5 paying clients, the outreach engine, the close deal skill, mission control. That is mission 3. If that is you, go to theagentfounders.com/Claude. Free download. If not, everything in this video is yours for free. Either way, start today. See you in the next one.